they're like one of my favorite.
Come here. See, well then also we have like gluten-free pizza, so it's 6 pizza.
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, you guys. It's Sunday today. I'm hosting a little Galentine's party. Only I feel like, would be doing a Galentine's party on the day of the Super Bowl. Literally had no idea that today was the Super Bowl until, yeah, literally had no idea that today was the Super Bowl until like a few days ago. My husband's like, you know, your Galentine's thing is on the day of the Super Bowl. I'm like, I really don't care, to be honest. So I'm gonna get ready for that today and take you guys along with me for that. I did a little bit of self-tanning last night because my dress is red and I'm very pale. So I only self-tanned my arms and my legs. So I have to go shower and get ready for that. But I'm gonna take you guys along with my skincare and some of my get ready process. But my full get ready with me will probably be on TikTok, right? Say good morning. And Ripley's got the cutest little outfit too. I can't wait for you guys to see that. Kind of got these like ruffles on the bottom, and then I just threw over this striped sweater a little bit to give it something a little extra, and then I'm just wearing these little booties to go with, and then this red bow is going to be in my hair. Today's Monday. I am still waiting for Ripley to wake up. He woke up around like 5:30 in the morning, and I went in there to go and nurse him because I wanted him to fall back asleep a little bit, but now it's 8 o'clock in the morning and he is still asleep. And I pushed off doing my workout because I'm like, oh, he's probably gonna wake up in like, you know, 30-45 minutes, and I didn't want to rush my workout, and he's literally still sleeping, and I could have gotten in 3 workouts by the time he wakes up. So he's gonna work out with me this morning after he wakes up. But first thing that I do every single morning is make my electrolytes. I always do the Element Raspberry, the Armor Colostrum. I typically do a coconut water, but I don't have coconut water anymore. I just ran out, and then I just do bottled water and extra ice. But this is like my go-to electrolyte water that I drink every single morning to stay hydrated and also help my milk supply, all of that sorts of stuff. And then I always take a vitamin C by Beekeepers. I have been taking one of these every single day, probably for the last 6 months. I don't think I've skipped a single day in the last 6 months of taking a vitamin C, and especially more so now because it's like winter season and like flu season. I feel like everybody around me has the freaking flu. So I'm trying to stay on top of my vitamins, my vitamin C, my electrolytes, and just trying to stay healthy so that I can avoid being sick, because being sick while you're a mom, I haven't experienced that, and I don't want to experience that, so I'm trying to avoid that. Also yesterday, I had my Galentine's Day party. I had it the same day on the Super Bowl, but we weren't really doing anything for the Super Bowl because there were just like 2 teams that me or my husband could care less about. So I was doing just a little Galentine's Day party like earlier in the day before the Super Bowl, but that was yesterday. It was super fun. It was super like low key and chill. Honestly, I just wanted to do something for Galentine's anyways, just because I'm trying to, I think I talked about this in my last video, but I'm trying to just like romanticize the little things in life again. I think more so now because I'm a mom, and I want to make things special for just like Ripley and stuff like that. Even though he's not going to remember this, I'm going to remember this. And honestly, it's just like a fun thing to do. Like I got to host a very small little Galentine's and like get all the props stuff and like make it look super, super cute and have people in my home. So it was really, really fun. I will share pictures with you guys soon, but yeah, that was yesterday. anybody says. These are the comfiest and softest diapers I've ever felt for a baby's bottom. Literally the best ever. I will use these diapers for every single one of my babies forever.
What to do? Could somebody come and take me away? I'll be in the deep without you, and I got it in my head night and day. But we are one step closer. We're all in this together. Put your hand in mine. Yeah, we are one step closer.
Alright, Ripley just unexpectedly went down for another nap. He literally woke up like an hour and a half ago, and I went to just go nurse him again because he just seemed like he was maybe a little bit hungry, and he fell asleep while nursing. So I decided to put him down for a nap. So that's what he's doing right now. I was able to get myself ready, did skincare, did makeup. I post all of my skincare makeup video, like get ready with me, on my TikTok page. I also have this delicious like maple sea salt latte, the OG. If you know, you know, it's so good. But here is my outfit of the day. Let me explain it to you. So we have on my big baggy jeans. We all know and love these. They are like one of my favorite jeans to wear just because they're so comfortable. And then this is my husband's Fabletic, just like half zip, like crew neck hoodie, whatever you want to call it. I don't know. I'm currently trying to just like find my mom style again. I know I've talked about this in a few other videos as well, but some days I want to dress like a tomboy, like my old school tomboy to the core of what I am, because if you don't, it's really beneficial to your milk supply. I freaking love Bruise Yeast powder and think that it actually helps so much. I do about half of a quarter cup of Bruise Yeast powder. Lastly, some hemp parts, and I just kind of eyeball this. Basically, once it's full, now you just have to blend it real quick. I kind of just eyeball all my measurements for like liquids. Sea salt, I feel like sea salt just makes everything taste so much better. Also gonna add in a little bit of water. Start with a little bit because you can always add more if you have to. Lastly, peanut butter. This is the best freaking peanut butter ever because it's so drizzly. Now you're just going to mix it all together until it forms into like a dough. So good. Good morning, you guys. Today's actually Saturday. I just did my morning cold plunge, my Pilates morning workout, which was so incredibly hard today for some reason. But I do cold plunge every single day. I've gotten so many questions if it has like affected my milk supply at all, and it has not affected it literally at all. And the water that I get in is anywhere between 32 degrees and 40 degrees. And my milk supply is completely fine. I can talk more about that if you guys want me to. But Ripley's actually waking up right now, so I'm gonna go get him shower. Today's hair wash day. And Zach and I have like a little day date today. We're gonna go shopping for our trip coming up soon, and then we'll also have a dinner tonight. So that's what we have planned for today. mentioned this previously, but I always get messages if cold plunging or sauning has affected my milk supply since I am a breastfeeding mom. Long story short, cold plunging has not affected my milk supply literally at all. I kind of thought it would kind of decrease my milk supply just because cold can make your milk supply just decrease naturally. But I have not noticed a difference, and I have cold plunged every single day, sometimes 2 times a day for the last 2 months. I think we got it like 2 months ago. And my milk supply has literally been so completely fine, which I'm so grateful for because cold plunging is literally the best thing in the entire world. I can't even begin to explain like what it feels like. I also get asked why I do it, and I made a TikTok video on this, but basically it is like a medicine for my anxiety or depression. I started doing it a few years ago because I used to struggle terribly with anxiety and depression, like crippling, super, super bad. And I also reached a point where I just didn't really want to be on medicine anymore, especially since I knew that I wanted to get pregnant in the near future. When I started to wean off of my medications, my husband did a ton of research to find things that would help me naturally with my anxiety and depression at the time. And one of the things that helped a lot of people the most after doing like a ton of research, we found that cold plunging is like life-changing for people who do struggle like with their mental health. And literally, we got a deep freezer for 80 bucks off of Facebook Marketplace and put it on our apartment balcony and filled it up with ice cold water. It would get as low as like 35 degrees to the point where like there would be like ice layers in there, and I would cold plunge every single day. Literally every single day. The first thing that I did every single morning was put on a little bathing suit, go on my apartment balcony and go and cold plunge for 3 minutes. And I can't even begin to explain the feeling to you guys. Like if you've cold plunged before, then you know what I'm talking about. And like an actual cold plunge, not like the ones you see at like the spa, because they're just not the same. I mean like an actual ice bath, like cold exposure, because when you get out, it's all like mind over matter. Like it's about like being able to mentally challenge yourself, and like your mind being like the strongest thing. Like it's kind of hard to explain. Like when you're in the water, the first thing that you want to do is immediately jump out of the water. And obviously you're trying to make it like the full 3 minutes because that's where you see like the most benefits and everything. But so it's mind over matter the entire time that you're in there. And I'm not gonna lie, it's painful. It's not like a fun experience, but when you get out of the water, you feel immediate effects, like immediately. It's not like oh, you're gonna start feeling good in a little bit. Like the second that you step foot out of the ice bath, you feel insanely happy because you're having like an endorphin release and everything. And you feel insanely happy. You feel super energetic. You feel just like super motivated, ready to go. And that has been like a medicine alternative to like help maintain and not have like anxiety or depression, like anything like that, for the last few years. Where's my stuff at? So that's what I've been doing. And I honestly have not struggled with depression since I started doing this. So I give full credit to cold plunging for like changing my literal life. And it's kind of crazy how we started out in a literal deep freezer that we got off of Facebook Marketplace, and now we have an actual cold plunge. I think Zach and I truly manifested it, because we would talk about being like, oh, like one day we're gonna get an actual cold plunge, or we would make jokes saying like, oh, can we add a cold plunge to our baby registry or our wedding registry? Obviously like jokes and stuff like that. And here we are just 2 years later, and we have one of the best cold plunges in the entire world. So it's kind of crazy. So if you are somebody that does struggle with like your mental health, and you're looking for a medication alternative, definitely try out cold plunging. Do your research. There are incredible benefits to it. I could talk about it forever because it really has like changed my life. And now I no longer have to rely on a pill to like make me feel better, which makes me feel better knowing that I don't have to take something every single day in order to feel a certain way. Because I will say, after being on medicine for such a long period of time, I think I started to become like a zombie, and I started to become like numb and emotionless, and that's not a feeling that I liked. So now that I feel completely and utterly myself, it is the best thing in the world. And I cold plunge every single day. I'm a nursing and breastfeeding mom. I've noticed my milk supply is completely fine.
Show mama how you doing it. Show mamas.
All right, you guys, I think I'm gonna end the video here. If you guys want to see like what our date night kind of looks like, I'll probably post a vlog of it on my TikTok, so you can go and check it out there. But that's pretty much it. I'm gonna go and carry on with the rest of my day.